Hi friends, I'm here with a yoga offering. As always, please go at your own pace, rest whenever you need to, modify anything you need to, and feel free to skip things or change things if they're not working for you today. Let's start on our backs. So you can come into a shavasana type position. Go ahead and spread out and get comfortable. You can either close your eyes or just take a soft gaze up towards the ceiling. And allow the weight of your body to release back into the support underneath you. Start to come into a slow rhythm with your breath. And you're welcome to keep your eyes closed or open them as it's useful for you throughout your practice. Let's start by sliding arms overhead, stretching out long through the arms and legs, reaching through your fingers and your toes. And then interlace your fingers and press out through your palms, flex your feet. Reaching through the heels of your hands, the heels of your feet. And then release. Bring your right knee to your chest. Give that knee a good squeeze in. Feeling each moment. What do you notice right now in your body as you do this? Let's straighten the right leg up towards the ceiling, holding somewhere behind your leg. Flex and point your right foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times in both directions. A few times one way, a few times the other way. Bend your knee in. Open your knee out to the right, and then straighten part way or all the way out to the side. Grounding down through the back of your left leg. Letting go of what's not needed here. Let's release, bend the right knee, bring it across. Spinal twist, you can open out through your right arm, let your knee and shoulder release away from one another. Staying in your twist, try straightening your right leg on a low diagonal, right arm on a high diagonal. Let your fingers and toes reach away from one another. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. A little circle or rock with your knees. Massaging the lower back and sacrum into the floor. And then grab hold of just the left knee. Drop the right leg long. Squeeze this knee in close. Straighten this leg up towards the ceiling. Flex and point your foot a few times. Circle your ankle a couple times both directions. And bend your knee in, open your knee out to the left, and straighten part way or all the way out to the side, grounding down through the back of your right leg. And then release, bend your knee, bring it across, spinal twist. First with a bent knee, and then try straightening your left leg on a low diagonal, left arm on a high diagonal. And then roll back onto your back. Bring both knees in. Take a little circle, or rock. And then let's drop the feet to the floor and get set up for a little bit of core work. You can start by drawing your belly in, pressing the lower back down from the inside. Keep that engaged. Interlace your fingers behind your head. Exhale, lift head and chest up. Inhale, release down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Let's take two more. Last one. And then release down and send your right leg up to the ceiling. Exhale, head up towards your leg. Inhale, head down. As you reach your head up, you can also reach your leg towards your head, kind of curling the spine from two ends, head and tail going towards one another, using the abdominal muscles to lead the movement. Let's take one more on this side. Release and switch. Left leg high. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Up and down. Up and down. Up and down. One more on this side. Release and switch again. Right leg high. This time take your left arm across. Each time you exhale, reach a little further across. One more. And then switch. Last set. Left leg high, right arm across. Last one. And then release. Stretch long through your arms and legs. Bring your knees back in. Another little circle or rock. And then roll your way up. Let's come all the way into a high push-up position. So you can set your hands near the front of your mat. Step your feet back, bringing the whole body into a straight, long line. Make sure your fingers are spread, sharing the weight. Whole hand taking weight, not just the wrists. Feel the head and the heels connected, whole body. Strength of your core supporting you. Shift your weight forward to lower down. And then come into your back bend, and this could be as low or high as you like. You might take the first one a little more gently, or just feel around, how is this in your body now? Maybe different than the last time you were on your mat. When you're ready, come back to down dog. And in the beginning, it can be useful to have a teacher tell us exactly what we're doing, what we might feel as we go. But think of that as training wheels to be taken off as soon as you are ready. And then there is no right or wrong way to do any of this. It's a very personal practice. So using everything you've learned as a starting point, and then really being curious, what are you actually feeling and noticing in your own body right now? Let's drop the knees and sink back to child's pose. As a reminder, you can rest anytime, whether you rest in this shape or a different one. When you come back to your rest, you can also reset a slow, steady breath. Notice what you had been paying attention to and invite it back to what you're doing if it was elsewhere. With arms out in front of you, walk your hands over to the left. And then pull back through your right hip, stretching right side a little more. Come through center and over to the other side. Pull back through your left hip, stretching left side a bit more. And then back to center. Let's lift up through table. Come back through down dog, and then walk your hands and feet towards one another, and let's hang in ragdoll. Feet hip width apart, parallel. You can bend your knees a little or a lot. Take any arm position. You could let your arms hang, but you could also use some support through your arms. Can you actually feel the heaviness of your head hanging? Bend your knees a little more and slowly roll up, coming all the way up to standing. Let's come up to the front of the mat into a mountain pose, Tadasana. You can bring hands together at the heart. Feet can be together or apart. Just make sure they're parallel. Let's take a full A-series sun salutation. Next inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Let's take 5 deep breaths in down dog, or you might come down to child's pose or sitting or any other neutral shape. One more deep breath here. Let's come back through down dog and step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Again, inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop back, lower down. up dog or cobra, and back to down dog. This time from down dog, take your right leg up, bend your knee to your chest, and start circling this bent right knee, making the biggest circle possible for your hip joint. If this would work better from hands and knees, you're also welcome to do that. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight, send it a little higher, and then bring your right knee towards your right upper arm. Extend it up and back. Take it across towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Now right towards the center of the chest. Send it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Inhale, arms up. Settle in. Each inhale, more space, more length. Each exhale, more grounding. Feel your feet, feel the hips dropping, shoulders dropping. Last breath here. Tip forward. Standing splits, hands to the floor or to a couple of blocks. We'll do this with hips square and with the upper body letting go like ragdoll. Last breath. Big step back. Warrior one. Inhale, arms up. Settle in. So use what you've learned in the past, but then still be curious. What am I feeling right now? Let that inform what you're doing. One more breath here. Release, make your way back to down dog. You might take a vinyasa, high to low push-up, up dog or cobra to down dog. You can also move in any other way. Take the time you need. Taking care of your body. From down dog, when you're ready, left leg sweeps up, bend your knee in and start circling. Next time your leg is up, reach it straight. And then bring your left knee towards left upper arm. Reach it up and back. Take it across towards right upper arm. Send it up and back. And right towards the center of your chest. Reach it up and back. Big step forward. High lunge. Arms up. Sink low. Can you just be here doing this? Your mind, like many minds, may want to go find something more entertaining. Can you find that entertainment in the details here? Last breath. Tip forward. Standing splits. There are so many details we might take in if we're really paying attention in our bodies now. There's infinite possibilities to feel, to notice. Last breath. Step back. Warrior one. One more breath here. Release. Make your way to down dog. And then settle into some neutral shape. Could be down dog, could just as well be something else. More important than the shape, come back to a quality of presence. Come back to ease. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward. Inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, up to standing. Exhale, arms press down. Let's take just the right arm up as we inhale. Exhale over to a side bend. The left arm can provide a little support. Reaching out like a big yawn through the whole right side. Reach a little further out to come up. And release down. Same thing other side. Reach a little further out, come up, and release down. Let's interlace fingers, press out through the palms, and take your arms up by your ears. Shoulders drop, but arms reach straight. And then rise up onto your toes for a little balance. Could be just a slight lift of the heels, might come all the way up. Staying in balance, swan dive down. You can bring your hands to your legs wherever they meet. Might be the upper legs. If you're able, you could reach lower. Try not to lock your knees. Don't overstretch. Work with your body. Can you relax your face? And then release. Drop your hands, drop your heels, drop your head. Let that go. Bend the knees, arms up, inhale, chair, gomukasana. One more breath. Release, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. Back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up. Step forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up. Warrior three, shift forward and find your balance. You can choose any arm position. Your supporting leg can be bent or straight. You can find the angle that works for you. See if you can keep the torso and back leg connected. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior one. Release through a vinyasa. Left leg sweeps up when you're ready. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3. Last breath here. Step back. Warrior 1. Release through some movement transition. And then come to a good rest, letting go. Last breath here. Let's come back through down dog. And step or hop your feet forward, inhaling, flat back. Exhale, fold. And bend your knees, arms up, inhale, chair. Exhale, straighten. Again, inhale, chair. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Step or hop your feet back, lower down. Up dog or cobra. And back to down dog. Right leg sweeps up, one breath. Step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3. From here, let's rise up to standing. Bring the left knee to the chest and find your balance. Right arm can be out or at the hip. You can stay holding the knee or grab your big toe with the first 2 finger and thumb, extending part way or all the way straight. Can you soften the muscles around your eyes? Can you relax your jaw? Let's open the left leg out to the left, just at a slight angle. Bring it back to the front and set up for a twist. Opposite hand can come to the outside of the knee or the outside of the foot. Roll open through the left shoulder, extending left arm. Standing as tall as you can. Release with the front hand, catch with the back hand. King Dancer, Natarajasana, last balance on this side. Kick your foot into your hand, opening up the chest. Last breath here. Step back. High lunge, take a moment to settle in. And then make your way back to down dog. If you want to take a few handstand swings on your way, you are welcome. You can, of course, skip this. You can skip anything. Just feel what you are choosing to do. Making your way to down dog, and we'll take the same thing on the other side, just one thing at a time, feeling where you are now. When you're ready, left leg sweeps up, step forward, high lunge. Arms up. Warrior 3. Rise up to standing. Bring your right knee to your chest. Left arm can be out or at your hip. If you did so on the other side, you might grab your big toe, extending part way or all the way straight, going to your edge, not beyond that. Open your leg out to the right, just at a slight angle. And then back to the front, opposite hand to the outside of the knee or the outside of the foot. Open out through the right arm. And then release with the front hand, catch with the back hand. King Dancer, Nacharajasana. Gently step back. High lunge. Make your way back to down dog. So you could take a few handstand swings, but you don't have to. Finding your way to a good rest, letting go of everything we've done. Just feeling what's right here, right now. Let's drop the knees and come up for back bend. We'll do camel. If you want to pad your knees, you could either roll up the front of your mat or grab a blanket if you have one, or a cushion. Try and have the pelvis neutral. When we back bend, there can sometimes be a tendency to overarch the lower back. So if anything, maybe a little bit extra drop through the tail, lift through the belly. So we open up the fronts here. You can use your hands on the top of the buttocks to help with that drop. Shoulders roll back, elbows roll back. Lift the chest. You can stay here or reach back for the heels. If the heels are a little too far, tucking the toes will give you another couple of inches. If they're still too far, then maybe go back to hands on the buttocks. You can keep your head forward the whole time, look up, or dunk it back, whatever feels best for you. Release, come up. Take a seat back, letting go. Let's take that one more time. You can take the same thing again. You're welcome to take it more gently or deeper as you like. You can stay as long or short as you like. When the pose feels complete, come down. And let's rest in child's pose. If you want to take any movement as you go or in child's pose, you're welcome. Rabbit can be a good counter stretch, grabbing the feet and pulling against them. Let's come back up through down dog and into a pigeon pose, right side. Slide the right knee forward. Scoot back through the left leg. Help the hips get as low as they'll go. You might check if some props would be useful for you. You could put a little something under the right hip or lean your forehead onto something. A block, a cushion. What is there to release here? Let's bring the upper body back up. Make your way back to down dog. So that could be through a vinyasa. You could just step back. Maybe there's some other movement you'd like to take. And we'll take the same thing other side when you're ready. Left knee comes forward. Scoot back through the right leg. Help the hips get as low as they'll go. Check what kind of props might be useful. And keep coming back to presence. The way we do each of these poses consciously and unconsciously can be quite different because a lot of what we're doing is repatterning habits. So when you check out, when I check out, I go to the default, the way I've always done it, which may not be the healthiest option. So I notice my shoulders lift up a lot. A lot of us, they do. So even though I know it's a good idea to drop my shoulders, it really takes checking in consciously, dropping them over and over. My jaw clenches without noticing, and then I consciously soften it. And it's through that conscious repetition over and over that we create new habits, healthier ones. Let's bring the upper body back up. Take your time. Make your way to down dog. And then all the way through to sitting. Let's open the legs wide. Come into a wide-legged forward fold. So wide is a relative term, just as wide as you can. And try and have your feet and knees pointing straight up and the bowl of your pelvis upright. If the bowl of your pelvis is falling back, you might put a little lift just under the sit bones, getting it more upright. And if your feet keep falling, bring them back up. You can also use your hands on the floor to help you, and if this is way too tight, a little bend in the knees could be useful. If you're already at your maximum, just sitting upright, then this is where there is to be, and breathe and keep lengthening. If you're not at your max yet, lean forward until you find it. So it could be right away on the hands, or coming to the elbows, or a block, or lower down. And it may be useful to mention that I'm naturally flexible. I didn't work to get this flexibility. I was born with it. and a lot of yoga teachers that may be true for. I can't speak for others, but that's true for me. I'm just floppy and bendy naturally. I have loose joints, and my work has been to create strength to support my flexibility, and I have worked hard in my practice. But I think that sometimes there's a, misconception that like everybody should be able to do this, and there's just no way. That's not possible, and there's plenty of things my body doesn't do and never will be able to do. And it's just each of us working with our natural range of motion, trying to keep it healthy, noticing the places that are imbalanced through self-study, and then bringing a little more balance. So when I did my self-study, I noticed, wow, I'm really open, but I'm pretty weak. So there's been some strengthening, toning, drawing in. And for you, it may be that same work or different. So if it looks really different in your body, then that's where there is to breathe, that's where there is to be. So if you did fold forward, you can walk your way back up. Let's all bring the hands to the floor behind us. Draw the legs in, give a little shake out. So let's come into cow face pose. We're going to cross the right leg on top of the left, bend both legs, and if you can, try and get your knee on top of your knee. So scooching knees towards one another. Feet will either go out to the side or back towards you. And again, you're just working with the body you have. If this is too tight, you could sit up on something, or instead of bending the bottom leg, keep it straight. So the right hip may be a little less weighted. Try and drop it down. And to help with that, we're going to bring the left elbow across to the outside of the right knee, right hand into a fist, and then press down, grounding that top leg and opening up through the shoulder. So a nice little twist. You might imagine a spiral starting at the base of the spine, winding up. Each breath, a little bit more rotation, a little more grounding. Keep that right hip grounded, bring the upper body around to the front, and then let's come into eagle arms. We're going to take the right elbow on top, lift through the head, drop through the sit bones, grounding through the sit bones, lengthening, spreading. Torso nice and long, nice and wide. And then release. Let's interlace fingers behind the back. Open up through the chest. And then fold forward. And this could be just dropping the head, or maybe coming part way or all the way over the legs. Possibly reaching arms up and back. And then release, come up, lean back, unwind, and switch. Other leg on top, left leg on top, knee on top of knee, scooching legs towards one another or knees towards one another, feet out to the side. Modify however you need to, something under the hips, straightening the bottom leg. And then we'll bring the right elbow across, left hand into a fist, grounding down. Imagine that left sit bone growing roots or spreading, sinking, and then a spiral up the spine, twisting to the left. Let's keep the sit bones grounded, release the upper body. Left elbow on top, eagle arms. Put a little pressure between the arms like you're going to pull them apart. Spreading the ribs, spreading the upper back, lengthening the spine. And then release. Let's interlace fingers behind the back. Other thumb on top this time, the non-dominant way. Open the chest. Fold forward any amount. Let's release. Lean back, unwind. Let's take a little windshield wiper side to side. Let the knees flop one way and the other. As you're on one hip, you might rub that hip into the floor like a bear would do against a tree. And then let's roll back onto our backs. Bring both knees in. Take a little circle or rock here. And just check in with your body. What's still needed? We are wrapping up this practice. If there's time, if there's a last pose you want to get in, maybe an inversion, maybe a restorative pose. Maybe there's a part of your body that could use some attention. Anything or nothing. It doesn't even have to be a yoga pose. You can just wiggle around. Each time you finish something, you can again check in. What's needed now? You might finish with a little self-massage. Are there parts of your body that could use some help letting go? You may want to adjust your clothing, putting on extra layers, grabbing props. Take your time getting as comfortable as you can. And then settle into your final rest, savasana. When you do, you can let go of the control of your breath. Letting it be natural again without any effort. slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, gently waking your body up again. Let this movement increase gradually through your wrists and ankles, eventually stretching out long through your arms and legs. When you're ready, bring your knees in and roll to one side. And then use your hands to help you up to sitting. We'll bring hands together at the heart. And just take a moment to silently thank yourself for your practice. You might let that gratitude expand out to the people and circumstances that make it possible for you to be here. And that could extend far and wide. Maybe even sending gratitude and well wishes to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you have a good rest of your day. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions on anything or want something broken down or have a request for a particular class. And I so appreciate your support in sharing what I'm doing, liking or commenting on my videos, subscribing to my YouTube. Financial contributions are always welcome: Venmo, PayPal, Patreon, check in the mail, that kind of thing. But just you enjoying this really makes a difference to me, so thank you.